Good morning.
And fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow.
Now I am trying to get set. Listen now.
Every morning I wake up to the sound.
Okay, premium. Last day for sales. Morning, Nathan. Morning, Christina. I'm going to, welcome to Daily Stock Pick Live. Morning, Harold. Morning, Rosa. Hit the thumbs up button. If you're here, you hit the thumbs up button. Okay, let me just make sure I got everything. FinViz. I don't know if there's news that I haven't looked at. I mean, I got good stuff. It's Prime Week. Good God, it's Prime Week. Do you have your watch list set up? I should set up a premium watch list. You know, like and subscribe, because I'm an influencer, officially. Let me see. I'll just head over. Let's see if there's anything. I don't see anything on FinViz. I mean, that's usually that 1 billion mark is just kind of a crappy one. KYMR, it's biotech. Amazon Bezos. We know Bezos is selling. Morning, Olga. Morning, Chris. Die poor. That got a lot of, let me turn my do not disturb. That got a lot of press, as the kids say. A lot of Riz. A lot of Riz out there. Snowflake, Slootman selling. I mean, has it affected the stock? Let's go to the 4 hour. Let's look at Snowflake. My screen looks pretty good on screen. I didn't check that. So Snowflake, down 0.31. It hasn't really affected the stock. Now, if you've been watching for a while, I like to trade Snowflake in this range. This goes all the way back to 2022. It's 3 years ago. So this range has held up. Now, one time it got up to this and we saw it pull back. I do have merch. I on YouTube, there's sometimes a product thing that pops up. I think we have coffee cups in there, but I don't think we have t-shirts yet. And I have to ask my designer why we don't have t-shirts yet. Now, hold on. The camera is not tracking very well. So I might have to turn off the AI portion, or it's going to reset. I don't know, either one. We'll look at it. It's not keeping, is it keeping me in center? Not really. I guess it kind of is, but then it gets off. I think it's going to reset. I think I got to turn off the tracking and, let's just move it over this way. We'll just put me in the center there. Hey, I've told everybody, listen, you can buy Tesla under $300. I don't think it's a bad deal. I've told folks that I am trading it on the 4-hour algorithm. I mean, that's as simple as I can be, Rosa. I mean, it's out. I kind of said, the trade that I suggested, it kind of worked out because it is crashing. It's down 6%. My guess, just a guess, is that we probably get, around 270, maybe 280. It's 296 right now. But I think a lot of people would buy the Die Poor t-shirt. I just hate, here's what I hate. And again, I go into a lot of affiliate sales here, but I really, really hate fleecing an audience, kind of with t-shirts and stuff. T-shirts are expensive. I mean, honest to God, I am not going to print t-shirts. I'm going to do print on demand. That's the very simple way of doing it. So it's through a company called Fourth Wall, I think it is. I am using AI, by the way. Fourth Wall is what I'm using. And I don't know if I can sign in. Let me see. I think I sign in with Google. And then this one. Yeah. So, we've got Don't Trust a Douche, and then we've got some mugs. But that's it. And I don't think we have a great site design setup or anything, but we've got 2 mugs, a white and a dark one that you can pick by. And I think it's Don't Trust a Douche on the internet kind of thing. But we're coming up with it. Tesla's dropping because Musk is dropping some truth bombs about the Epstein files, Nathan. I mean, it's a whole war that's gone on this weekend. So let's do some scans. It's the last day for Trendspider's sale. If you have not gotten Trendspider, Olga, I did email you. I think you did get Trendspider finally. But I did email you. I do have a t-shirt, Laura, Don't Trust a Douche on the internet. I designed it though, and I am not a good designer. As you can see from the graphics on screen, I am not a good designer. So there's a process to it. And honest to God, I'm probably going to look around doing that around Black Friday and the holidays and stuff, so you can put that on your Christmas list or Hanukkah list or Kwanzaa list, whatever you celebrate. So, my blonde hair. So it was funny. I posted on my personal Instagram, which is wide open. I don't know if people want to follow it, but I went hiking in South Carolina yesterday with a few Georgia Tech grads. I'm friends with a couple of them. And somebody thought that it was Calvin Johnson, the NFL wide receiver. There's in the picture, just so you know, there's Black Gary and there's White Gary. We're both Garys. So when we get together, we have to identify, hey, Black Gary, hey, White Gary. It's a fun time. And there's no harm, no foul. Nobody gets upset. It's all just love. Exxon at 111. I do not think that you want to buy Exxon at 111. Just saying. Let's see the top stocks from 2023. Modine Manufacturing. Interesting. I think that's in our watch list, so I'll wait to put that in. Let's see if Bitcoin and crypto. Beth always has a freaking buy. I just don't like that. I should take that name out. Energy names. Exxon. There's probably a few. Yeah. Energy. We have Cord. We have Chevron. We have Devon. We have Fang. We have Oxy. We have Rig. We have Shell. We have XLE. We have XOM. So that's an interesting kind of list to see because energy just hasn't done well. Leveraged ETFs. Let's see if there's something in there. Yes, we do. There usually is because we're getting short. AVGX, COM, ERX, NVDS, TBT, USD, which is the US dollar. Leveraged. I think it's 2 times leveraged. Let's see if any ETFs. VNQ. Let's just put that at the end. Low cost ETFs, VNQ. What up, Sean? Sorry, I missed that comment. XLE is the only one, so we'll leave that in the energy. We'll look at the watch list. There's probably a few. Yep. AIQ, AVGO. Man, Broadcom just doesn't give up. Datadog, Duolingo, ELF, GDX, Modine, like we looked at, PSIX, which is up 1% in the pre-market. And let's go to the indexes. We'll go to the Dow. Exxon's in the Dow, I think. Oh, Chevron is. So we'll put that in. And then we'll go to the NASDAQ. All of this is emailed to me in the morning, so I have the email, but I just don't look at it. KLAC, MCHP, and onsemi. And then the S&P. AVGO, CVX, Mo, Altria, Mo. I don't like putting that one in, but I do. Okay, there's your scans. I mean, there's the show. There's the show. Use the tools that are in front of you. There's your show. You can see Modine at 91. It's at 104, and it's probably getting ready to go again. Interesting. Yeah, I think there's quite a few people that'll buy merchandise. To be honest with you, full disclosure, I don't like fleecing people with a $30 and $40 t-shirt. And I think the nicer ones and I will order a sample before I actually send it out. But yeah, there is a big mover. Here's what we're going to go over today. A big mover. Artello Bioscience is up 123%. It was up 200%. So I'll go over that one. There is nothing in the news. This is simply just hey, it's spiking. I don't see anything. Maybe it's something. We'll look at ARK for all of the people that hate on Cathie Woods. She's doing it again. It's her market. I mean, this is her style of market. So it's Prime Day. And not only Prime Day, but there's a retail war. And it's Amazon and Walmart. And Walmart's just taking them on. So we'll look at those two stocks kind of together. And again, we're going to go over Prime Day because seasonally, this is a really good time for Amazon. I'm not sure you necessarily want to buy Amazon at these levels, blah, blah, blah. But again, heading into this, you wanted to buy some Amazon. What investors need to know about retail Super Bowl. It's a big one. I mean, Amazon's going to be in the news with their robotics and all that stuff. I mean, just crazy. What are the most attractive AI stocks? So, Seeking Alpha analysts weigh in. Seeking Alpha analysts weigh in. What are the most attractive nuclear stocks? In fact, there's one. Iran stock rises on record monthly revenue. This could be the new retail one. It's up 200% in the last month. Crypto went for a ride this weekend. We'll kind of take a look at this one. It was big. A wallet woke up. It's not Satoshi, but it's a pretty big fucking wallet. $8.7 billion worth of Bitcoin. Apple. I mean, is it back from the dead? Do you make money there? I mean, is it an opportunity or is it dead weight? I'll give my thoughts. What? I mean, this is April versus July. I mean, that's the CNN Fear and Greed Index. And Shai had a big week. Shai Bular had a great week. And he's literally on his Twitter account giving you the roadmap. I mean, you know, if you don't want to follow alpha picks, if you don't want to do your own research, follow Shai. I mean, the dude just hand feeds you all of that stuff. And his appearance this weekend on the compound was phenomenal. In fact, I probably should look at that. Hold on. We're going to put the YouTube link in there. We're going to do the compound and friends. Yeah, this one. Share. Copy. It's well worth, and it's on Spotify. It's on everything. But Joe is great. Joe Fahmy. The whole, this entire hour-long episode, I probably will listen to it again. That's how good this one is. It's really that good. So let's go to it. Let's just click the skip. Full disclosure, I listened to it on, and there's our friend. There's our friend. The chart master himself, Mr. Jim Cramer. But yeah, Shy did great on this one. TQQQ play is in play. I've got a bunch. I don't know if I'm up or down. Let's look. It's in my Weeble, which, by the way, hit 13,000 and then came back down. We're making a bid up, it looks like. But TQQQ, I am up 1% since I bought it. There's the Weeble account. 12.9. It hit 13 on Friday or on Thursday and pulled back. So Michael mispronounced. Yes. Shay, he's used to it. I've talked to him about it because I called him Shay all the time. I think my first appearance on Wolf's podcast with him, I said, "What the fuck, Shay?" I said, "Shay, I've been calling you Shay on my podcast the whole time." He's like, "Yeah, everyone does." He doesn't take offense to it. More than Eli. But yeah, it was funny. Tariffs remain a shock. This is just duh. We've kind of talked about this one the whole time that, hey, it's July 7th. You knew he was going to be bolstering. So, you knew this shit was coming. Don't look at your account when it opens up today and says, "Oh shit, why am I down?" It's July effing 7th. Expect this until the 9th. And then when the 10th shows up, expect it to pump because he didn't do shit. Taco trade. So I'll go over it. This is not that one. Okay, so I'm going to open this one up. There we go. This is Mike. And it's a live webinar that he did last week, finding the next Oscar. Oscar's up 300%. And you could use this. This is a market structure breakdown, a break detector. It determines the break. Let me see if there's a market structure break. Trendspider. There we go. Is this one it? No. Using Fibonacci's? No. Break structure. Let's see. There we go. We'll just get this out of here. Just get that out of there. My favorite, if you haven't set up yourself for the week with Catalyst Watch, I can't tell you. I just can't. You ain't listening. You're not listening. Alpha Pix had its 3-year anniversary. Up 181% versus the S&P up 64%. It's almost triple. So there's not much I can do. If you're not gonna listen to, hey, the experts of this stuff, don't listen to me. The numbers tell the truth. Simon Property Group is holding up. Let's see, Pepsi's holding up. Palo Alto is hanging above 200. This one might be a trim for me just because it's, again, the 4-hour algorithm got you out with a 2% gain just after earnings. This one might have run its course. So I'm going to set up this MicroStrategy. Did trigger a buy at 384. You're trading at, let's see, 403, 399. So it triggered a buy. I'll just reset that one. IBIT down at 61. Is it a great buy? Got you in at 61.05. You're still up on that one. Goldman Sachs at 721. I mean, that's just a legendary run since I got into that one. Disney at 123. It's holding at 120. Interesting look at that one. Berkshire at 484. I mean, you've been buying the whole way down. There's a gap up there. Expect that one. On a pullback, expect this one to be the safety. So it will be. So, okay, I got charts. I got the whole thing. Remember to hit that thumbs up button if you have not. There are 30 people in here and only 15 thumbs up. So I hope you do. Daisy is perfectly fine. I have an announcement on my schedule this week because your boys been... I'm taking some time off. I literally went on that rant. I'll go into it. Okay, I'm going to hit the record button now. The screen looks okay on screen, yeah. Yeah. I think I do listen to some 80s music on YouTube every now and then. Let's see. The moment that changed Chicago sound forever. How to destroy visceral belly fat. Yes, your boy's got a belly. Strike it pure with golf. Steve Perry vocals. I'm 47. Dave Ramsey. I watch him every now and then. I've gotten off of Dave Ramsey because I'm very kind of annoyed with him. Saved by the Bell. The Tory Paradox. How does a Michelin star chef make instant ramen? Yes, I watched that. Tory Trades. How to trade trend lines. My strange Oasis haircut story. So yeah, it did. I mean, there's music in there. There's music in there. Yeah, I'll explain where I'm going and stuff. Okay. So let me hit record. Good morning. Happy Monday, July 7th. It just in case nobody knew, Tariff Day is July 9th. So if you're waking up and you're seeing the markets down, FYI. You knew what to expect. I'm gonna go over some big catalysts this week that could happen. Go over some of the stocks that I'm seeing. We got Prime Day. There's a lot in this episode, and it's all down in the description. So if you want to skip ahead, go ahead. I just want to start out with I went on a rant, I guess last week, about taxes and my particular situation. How after April, every dollar that I make, 50 cents goes out in taxes to the federal government. Yes, it's rounded up. I think the actual number is like 48, but it was to make a point. If I told you 48 cents out of $1, I mean, that makes it's 50, just round up when you can, when you have wins, when you have losses, when you just round up, if you will. But I was doing that rant and you boys decided to take some vacation. So this week I will be off. I'm not sure which days, but most likely the later half of the week I won't be doing podcast. I will announce the winner of the 1-year Trendspider. We're in the process of picking that. So subscribers to the newsletter, you are entered to win. Any subscriber to the newsletter, paid or unpaid or free. So you are entered to win. We'll pick that, and hopefully before I go on vacation, we'll have some type of announcement. I'm not exactly sure, but the markets, yeah, we're red. I mean, it's not deep red, but we're in a buy the dip market, in my opinion. And you want to know? Here's something that we're going to celebrate. Okay, it's the 3-year anniversary of Alpha Picks, and you can't see this on the screen, so go to the newsletter and look at this. But this portfolio right here, it says 181% versus the S&P at 64%. The Alpha Picks portfolio was founded on 7/1/22. I became a paying customer, I think, at the end of 2022, and then they offered me to become an affiliate in February 2023. So I was a paying customer before I was an actual affiliate. It's a phenomenal portfolio. Okay, it's tripled the S&P over 3 years. It's a great portfolio. 20% off your first year. Okay, it's on sale. How do you get to it? Well, you go over to Linktree. Literally, the link is down below, and it's the 4th link. But if you want to know the performance, there you go. 186 versus 65, almost tripling the S&P, and you save 20%. Again, this sale ends today. And let's go over one other thing, okay? This is my favorite email that comes out at Friday at 3 o'clock. Came out at 12 o'clock on Friday because we were all off on Friday for the July 4th holiday. It guides you through the upcoming week. So it's not something that looks backwards, it's something that looks forward. And this is a benefit of Seeking Alpha Premium, which, by the way, has a sale. You can get a free 7-day trial. And it's a fantastic email. Now, what I read through this, I've got my game plan for the whole week. What am I going to highlight? On Thursday, you have Delta Airlines reporting. Delta Airlines. Is this a good stock? Well, let's go look at Delta Airlines. Let's just look at DAL. Okay, this is the Delta Airlines. The 4-hour algorithm got you in at $49.53. You're trading at $50.80. Got you in June 24th. June 23rd, if this was one that was on your watch list, traded all the way down to 45. So you'd be up about 10% right now if you were watching Delta and you knew that their earnings are coming up. Is it a good one? Well, let's just look at it. Again. Oh, ASMR. Yeah, I haven't had my water. So you're going to get some vocal fry here. But 5 days, you're up 2.39%. One month, you're up 4%. 6 months, you're down 13%. You're in the middle of your 52-week range. The Quan has it as a hold. Okay, it's had it as a hold since 43. Hasn't guided you up, even though you've been up. We've talked about the travel sector with Carnival Cruise Lines being a big winner. But Wall Street has it as a strong buy. Their average target price, $58.03. You want to analyze it with AI? Go right there. Okay? It will analyze everything. The valuation, the growth, profitability. You don't need to know a thing. You just have to know how to read. And you can get an analyst report within 30 seconds made by AI. That right there is the benefit of having Seeking Alpha Premium. Okay, not only do you get the Catalyst Watch, but you can do all the research by yourself. And again, this sale ends today, but you do get a free 7-day trial. So where do you get it? You go over to Linktree. It's the 3rd link. The 2nd link is the best of both worlds. You get Premium and Alpha Picks, and you're saving $160 off. So if you'd like those two things, it's the last day for the sale. Get the Catalyst Watch. Those are 2 reasons to sign up for the Seeking Alpha bundle. And then we've got Trendspider. Okay, Trendspider is the charting program that I use, and it is the top link right here on Linktree. They extended their sale for one more day. One more day. Don't miss out on the savings. This is the biggest sale, both Seeking Alpha and Trendspider. It's the biggest sale you're going to get until Black Friday. So don't come to me and say, well, they stopped the sale. You've had weeks, a couple of weeks now of sales. And if you're sick of me bringing it up, well, maybe go and try them, because Trendspider, you can try for 2 weeks. And you can import this market structure break. It's a detector. Swing high, a high with 2 higher highs on either side. Swing low, a low with 2 lowers on the either side. And it gives you the source code. Go and import it. Again, Trendspider has a trial out there for 50 cents a day. 2-week trial, 50 cents. If you don't think that these types of things are worth 50 cents a day, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know why you're listening to me. But again, take the opportunity to try it. And you can import this directly into your Trendspider. Try it out for 2 weeks. If you don't use it, no harm, no foul. What are you out, $7? I mean, skip lunch. The value meal at McDonald's doesn't give you the quality that this stuff does. So again, the people who complain that I go over this stuff, and I do, those are the same effing people that clap when the fucking plane lands. Do not fucking clap when the plane lands. Okay? Mike takes you through an hour right here. Trendspider expert, Mike. He takes you through an hour of trying to find the next Oscar. You may not know Oscar. It may not be within your realm. But I will tell you, from Oscar, go to 1 month. It's up 12%. 6 months, it's up 14%. Year to date, up 22%. This is a huge, huge runner. It's a huge, huge runner. I think it's up 300% over a crazy time period. But again, if you want to know Oscar, and I tell people, hey, Oscar in the 4-hour algorithm makes you 62%. So all you had to do was literally just sign up for the yearly plan, and you'd be out right now with a 4% gain. But waiting to get back in, that's the key. That's the key. The 4-hour algorithm tells you when to get back in. So, I went over this a little bit before I went into my rant about clapping when the plane lands. But we got July 9th just taken off the table a little bit, okay? They've said that there's an August 1st deadline for the tariffs, but they've gone more into tariffs. Expect a taco trade. Expect the markets to not believe it until it actually happens. That's the key. Why August 1st? Well, I have a theory on this one. Trump to start sending tariff letters on Friday gives 10 to 70% range. Again, we're July 7th right now. He put July 9th. What's Friday? July 11th? 12th? Somewhere around there? He's going to start sending letters. He's chickening out. And you want to know why they put August 1st on there? Guess what's happening at the end of July? A Fed meeting. And that's big because this weekend, one rate cut is expected. Okay? That's it. But this particular quote, this particular quote right here, when Jerome Powell was speaking, Powell admitted this week that if it weren't for Trump's tariffs, the Fed would have likely lowered rates by now. In effect, we went on hold when we saw the size of the tariffs. It was the big fucking board, the big board. We saw the size of the tariffs, and essentially all inflation forecasts for the U.S. went up materially as a consequence of the tariffs. Trump has constantly shot himself in the foot. And it's the tariff talk. He wants lower rates. He wants Jerome Powell. No, he wants a scapegoat. He's basically playing the Fed a little bit by saying, I want lower rates, but I want my tariffs too. If he wanted lower rates, he could actually just talk the talk and say, we're going to wait until the Fed cuts rates, and then we're going to go into tariffs. And boom, Jerome Powell would actually be backed into a corner. He'd have to lower rates. I mean, that's, again, play a little chess. But Trump's got something else up his sleeve. Again, the man is not stupid. No matter what you say, the man isn't stupid. Now, the stock index futures pair losses as hopes for trade deals rise. Okay? This is part of it. The 10-year Treasury rose 1 basis point, 4.37. We talked about that. We talked about the VIX. This is a buy the dip market. It is until it isn't. And when isn't it? Well, Morgan Stanley says, hey, the tariffs remain a critical variable on the outlook for markets. So you've got to make a determination. Are we in that buy a dip market, or is Liberation Day number 2 coming? I don't know. I don't know what the actual point is, but again, the tariffs remain in focus. And he's focused on, by the way, the BRICS countries now. Came out a little later, but he's focused on the BRICS country. Now, my TQQ strategy, because of the seasonality, Tech's best stretch each year is here. July has been QQQ's strongest month over the last 15 years, a 94% win rate with a 4% average return. But the window closes fast. August cools off, September turns red. Again, this is a benefit of Trendspider. So we can go over there and we can look at that. Say you didn't have Trendspider. Say you didn't have seasonality. Well, you don't know that 15 years, over 15 years, not when you break it down by month, but when you break it down by week. We are here. Mean change during this week is 2% for QQQ. Okay? Next week, you only win 33% of the time. It's actually down. So maybe the tariff stuff may come Friday because they said, hey, he's going to send out letters, and next week is down. So if you're playing the market by week, if you've got trades, understand seasonality plays a role. And what am I doing? I'm playing TQQQ. I think I'm up 1% on this one. If you use the 4-hour algorithm, you're up 8%. TQQQ is down 1.4% in pre-market. Now, over the last 15 years, it matches, okay, except for the return. The return next week, minus 0.72. And then you get into a good week, which is 2.0. Again, this is the last 15 years. So I'm just playing a triple leverage ETF against seasonality. I'm not loading the boat on this one. It's a couple $1,000. Nothing that I can't afford to lose, but it's not going to zero. I may lose 10%. I may lose 20%. That's a few $100. It's not loading the boat. But it's nice to add those little singles up, and at the end of the year, you get a nice little return. That's all I'm doing. Again, you take this stuff out of there, and you can take it for what it's worth. Now, one of our favorites over here on the left, Shai Bular. Shai Bular has hit the big time. He was on the compound this weekend. It's an hour and 18-minute episode. It is an unbelievable episode with Joe Fahmy. Okay, these two, basically, that's Michael Batnick on the right, that's Joe over here on the left, and Shai is in the black. They are fantastic together. They go over the markets. Joe and Shai are bullish individual stock investors. Michael is an ETF investor. He hosted for Josh Brown this weekend. If you have an hour, go out for a walk and put this on. Listen to it. Okay, Shai is a master, and he's literally, he's hand feeding you at this point. He is hand feeding you. This is the 10 best setups he's watching for the second half of 2025. If you didn't sign up for Seeking Alpha's second half and got those stocks, Shai's telling you, hey, here's the setup. He's telling you, here's the setup for the second half. No elevator pitch. But tell me, which one's your favorite? I've got my favorites. I've got 3 or 4 of these on my watch list. Okay? And he's literally telling you the 5 small cap names I'm most excited about right now. And look at that. Over 1 month, he's up 22% in this portfolio. Year to date, he's up 18%. Again, the S&P isn't up 18%. It's CAGR for each 83%. So Shai is killing it. And he's literally giving this to you on his Twitter account. That's it. That's it. I mean, he's super doing it. He is doing this. This is super simple. Just follow him. Because you know what? Things can change in a heartbeat. Just a couple of months. On the left is the CNN Fear and Greed Index in April. On the right is where we stand today. Are you buying on the right or are you buying on the left? Because a lot of people sold to the left. Where do you sell? You sell to the right, okay? But you time it. You try and pick your sales. And you go long term. Again, buy and hold, if you can develop that muscle, far outweighs trading. The statistics tell you the more you trade, the less return that you actually get. That's it. That's it. And CNN Fear and Greed Index, the VIX, the 10-year, it's all noise. Buy and hold will help you. So you buy when it's extreme fear. You trim when it's extreme greed. But hold it for over a year, because if you hold it for over a year and you start to trim at extreme greed, more than likely a good company with good products, with good profits and good management, you'll be up and you pay less in taxes. That's it. And don't forget about Apple, okay? Down at the bottom, you can't see it. You're going to have to look at this chart on the newsletter, but it's the relative performance. And you want to buy the dip. They point out at 15 on relative performance. Apple back here, January 2023, epic run. Apple back here, May 2024, epic run. We're back there. Do they come out with some crazy iPhone 17 that's going to do, or do they buy ChatGPT, or do they buy Perplexity? I can almost guarantee it, and it's the easiest trade in the book. If Apple actually buys an AI platform, okay, they've got the money to do it. They will go up. This will be a $240 stock if they buy an AI platform. But again, I just gave you that A+. Watch it go to 150. Watch it go to 150. But again, this is the largest stock in my portfolio. I am down year to date in my portfolio because this is such a large position. I've got reasons for it. That's why I say don't follow me, because I'll lose you money, but I'm fine with it. Risk, reward, I'm okay. I'm not going poor. Now, crypto was rocked over the 3-day weekend. Again, this is 24/7 trading, but a Bitcoin wallet holding 80,000, 80K Bitcoin, 80,000 Bitcoin. It's worth $8.7 billion. Finally woke up after 15 years of dormancy and transferred 40,000 Bitcoin. That's a lot. That's $4 billion worth. That's a lot. So it rocked the crypto universe. And the new retail darling of crypto, this matches Bitcoin mining, AI data center, and energy. It's IREN. IREN. Go back 1 month, you're up 91%. 6 months, year to date, you're up 71%. IREN. It's a strong buy from Wall Street. There's 12 analysts that cover this, and they've got a price target of $19. That is still 15% from where you are today. 52-week high, $18. Again, it is getting a bid. Let's go over to Trendspider. Do we have a strategy that actually works with this? Well, the 4-hour algorithm got you in at $5.89. $5.89. April 11th. You could have bought it with confirmation anytime. Maybe back here at $10 on June 23rd. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, with confirmation. That's when it took off. So we do have a strategy. You want to know why? Because you're able to backtest the 4-hour algorithm on this stock. See down here on the bottom left, it says 215.2%. That is what you get when you trade this particular stock for 28 positions over 24 months. Tells you when to get in, when to get out. Your average win, 69%. But look at this one. It's up 230% over 82 days. All you need is a couple of those to win, and that's the 4-hour algorithm. Okay, IREN. And if you want to analyze it with AI, again, Seeking Alpha has you covered. You get valuation is demanding with an EV sales of 10, significantly above the sector. Growth is exceptional with a forward revenue growth of 126%. Struggles with profitability. Stock momentum is strong. But their revisions are a little concerning with 5 downward revisions. So do you want to get into this one and make a bet? Find a strategy that works. It's as simple as that. Now, say you hear about nuclear stocks. Which one should you buy? Well, Seeking Alpha, they asked all of their analysts what are the most attractive nuclear energy stocks. There's Oklo, there's Cameco, there's BWX, there's Constellation, there's Vistra, there's Talon. I've gone over a couple. I've got my favorites. What are yours? Go and do the research. That's it. Okay, you can get this all with Seeking Alpha. And maybe you hear me say it's an AI market. Which ones are the most attractive right now? They went and asked Seeking Alpha analysts which are the ones. They brought up Nebius. Great company. It's on my watch list. I want to get in. CoreWeave, I think it's incredibly overvalued. NVIDIA, Cloudflare. Again, which one's your favorite one? I've got my favorites. If you don't know what your favorites are, do the research and understand it. And what do we have this week? We have the Super Bowl of sales. It's Amazon Prime Day. This is what you can expect. Make sure you have a watch list. Make sure you know what goes on sale. I mean, again, if you are shopping at Amazon, Amazon is a stock that you should probably hold. And the 4-hour algorithm got you in here at $219. And you can see the 4-hour algorithm doesn't work. But I have gone through and I've many times said 188 is the support level until it's not. And where's the resistance? It's up here at 238. Again, if you go and just look at Amazon and you look at this 52-week range, your top of this is $242. So when you look at Wall Street's, that is Wall Street's average price target. It's 8%. Do you want to buy it right now for an 8% upside when there are so many others that you could buy? Or do you want to wait for a pullback? That's your choice. I've got my position. I bought in at 188. Why? That was a previous all-time high back here in July 2021. It's been dead weight. This has not been an outperformer. They've got AI, they've got retail, they've got advertising. And if they raise their price after this Prime Day on Amazon Prime, you've got billions of dollars additional in revenue. So I like it. I like that particular one. And if you're, crazy about Amazon, again, the most bullish stretch of the year during the last 15 years is here. And we can go and look at this. Let's look at it. It's 15 years. The most bullish stretch of the year is here. Where are we right now? In this 87% win. So do you want to buy it today? I wouldn't want to. I would want to buy it over the next 2 or 3 weeks and look at going into September with a better win record. And then you get Black Friday and all the sales, boom, it starts pumping. So again, this particular week, 87% of the time it's positive, and your average mean change was 3.86. If you saw this in Trendspider, go and play a triple leveraged ETF. And don't forget, there's not just Amazon. Walmart is out there. Okay, Walmart is launching a dueling sale. And yes, they will steal some of Amazon Prime customers. Some folks, subscribe to both. You can get your groceries through Amazon. It's a hold. Seeking Alpha analysts say sell. It's at $98. Where's the top? 105. This one is a slow and steady winner. Year to date, you're up 8%. Wall Street thinks it's worth $108. That's a 10% upside. Do you want to go up there? Well, the quant says it's a hold. Why? The valuation. And when you look at the PE at 37, okay, and you look at their growth at 4%, and then you go over and look at Amazon, they're growing at 10%, and their PE is at 35. So which one do you really want to buy? For me, I'd rather own Amazon. But I'd rather wait for maybe something like the 4-hour algorithm to tell me when to get in. So again, the strategies I have, you don't have to use them. I'm just giving you my thought process. And yes, I will be buying things on Prime Day. And yes, I'm a Prime member, but I shop at Walmart every week. I own both stocks, but I own significantly more Amazon than Walmart. And for those of you who are writing off Cathie Woods, let me just show you something, okay? Because ARK-K, her flagship fund, it's up 55% versus the S&P at 13% over 1 year. Year to date, it's up 25%. 6 months, it's up 18%, okay? Then when you get into the longer term, this is an ETF that you can absolutely trade. And I've done this many times, not recently, but I have traded her ETF many times. She has ARKK, ARKG, ARKW. She has, I think, 6 different funds here. But I wanted to point out, she is really good in a growth market. Why? Because her holdings are growth. Her number one holding, Tesla. That's why this one's down 1% in pre-market, because Tesla's down almost 6% because Elon and Trump are fighting again. And we don't know when this stops. But if you want to own a Tesla in an ETF, I own it through XLY. But I used to own it in ARKK, and then I sold ARKK. I got sick of the downturn in 2022, and I sold it, still with a profit. But Cathie Woods is not done. Now understand, ARKK comes with a hefty fee. The expense ratio is 0.75%. That's huge. Just to give you an idea, QQQ is 0.20. So you're paying her to manage those positions. And she's done it, and she's done it really, really well. So ARKK, I just want to bring that up because you should be watching it. And by the way, if you want to scan for winners, you can scan the entire holdings of all the ARK funds in Trendspider. So you can find upward moving stocks that are within her portfolio because she makes public what she's holding on a daily basis. And that's part of the reason I got out of that, is because people started shorting ones that she was buying. It puts pressure on that ETF. But I like scanning against what she owns because she has a very, very good eye for picking out those early winners, just as Shy does. So I wanted to bring up, hey, ARKK, it's a real investment. Now, if you just want to trade, and you just want to, hey, I want momentum trade. Well, there are always ones out there, and ARTL is one that's going today. So if you're listening live, pull up ARTL, and you can just go after hours, and we'll go a 5-minute chart after hours, and you can see, hey, we shot up here at 7:45 a.m. this morning. We went all the way up to $30.50, and it opened at 12. That's an enormous gain, okay? Could you have gotten in here? Probably not. The reality is probably not. Now, what do you do when you see something like this? Well, it's called, the way I've always traded it was confirmation. Confirmation's a very easy principle, and I go over it in my newsletter. Want to know how to get the newsletter? Go over to Linktree. It's right here. It's the 5th link. And you can go to this education section and you can just type in confirmation and you can see it, but I'm going to give it to you. Okay. The reality is I use a 9-day EMA for my confirmation. When it trades over that, I'm good buying. When it trades under that, I want to sell. There's an art to it. Understand the art. And I go over all of that in the education section about some of the rules that I use. Now, is it absolute? You're gambling here. This is simply momentum trading. So it takes time to understand that. It's not something you can pick up. It's not something that, oh my God, if you make 300% on your first momentum trade, you're doing it well. But I guarantee you, you will lose before you actually make another trade. I mean, it will be a losing strategy in my history. But I've done really well with it by just looking up huge stock gainers in the pre-market. And you can find that in Trendspider with a trend. You can find it on websites. You can do a lot of that. And one of the things that I look at is I do scans every day, okay, in the 4-hour algorithm. The 4-hour algorithm scans are something that I am proud of, that I particularly use in my personal life, in my personal portfolio. And I scan and they say, okay, what has an entry in the 4-hour algorithm? Now here, Exxon's a great example. Would I buy it here? Okay, it has an entry in the 4-hour algorithm, but you can see the performance isn't very good. You lose 6% versus buying and holding, you make 8%. And I've identified 120 as a resistance level on this one. Why? We'll go back to 2023. It looks like it trades up to 120 and then pulls back. So if you're going to buy at 112, expect 120 to actually be the top. So would I trade this one? No. Even though it's in the scans, wouldn't be one that I would trade. Now let's look at some of the other ones. Watch list. AIQ. This one has a bullish entry in the 4-hour algorithm, but it had an entry down here at $33. It hasn't gotten you out. But it tells you, hey, we may be going for another run. Would I buy this one? Well, let me look at a long-term chart. And the RSI is at 66. The MACD is up as high as it's been. It's not worth it for me. So let's go to the next one. It's Broadcom. I want to get into Broadcom, and I've been waiting to get into Broadcom. The 4-hour algorithm got you in at 178. It just got you another entry up here. Okay, I've already identified that 184 as a support level. Unfortunately, I sold when it broke that support level, and I thought we were going down. I was in long term, and I said, you know what? I'm cutting my ties with it. I own it through ETFs. I'll get back in at a later date. I didn't trust this bounce, and I've been waiting to get back in. I want to get back in. But right now, the RSI on a weekly is at 69. I don't want to get back in. So is this one that I would trade? No. Right now, I'm just waiting. And I tell you, when I bought here and when I sold during this week, March 31st, because it broke that resistance line, that support line. But I know the 4-hour algorithm wins 50% of the time based on the back test. So I'm just waiting to get back in, but I don't think that it's time. Let's look at another one. Datadog. I think this one was just added to the S&P 500 and it popped on Friday. You can see the pop. Now here's the 4-hour algorithm. Got you in at 95 back on April 9th. You're trading at 155. That's a great gain. Do I want to get in here? Well, the RSI is at 86. Even though we could be going for another leg up, the risk reward is not worth it to me. But the 4-hour algorithm makes 122% versus 58% buying and holding. Your average win is 15%. So if this is up 15%, I would want to be in there. Let's look at a weekly chart on this one. Again, it's looking about the risk and reward at the time that the trigger tells you. And when the 4-hour algorithm tells you to get in, is it an opportunity to get in? Well, look at this weekly chart. You can see back here in 2021, the all-time highs around 180. Is it worth buying at 160 knowing that the top may be 180? Not for me. So do I take all these trades? No. But I put them in there because people want them. And again, you don't need Trendspider. You can just get them all in the newsletter and then implement them into your own strategy. If you don't have a strategy, that's simply what I'm telling you, is get the tools. Try Trendspider for 2 weeks for $7. You don't get my 4-hour algorithm, but you can try and import a strategy. Get premium alpha picks because these will find you the stocks, or you can go and look at them. Again, Datadog. Let's just go and look at Datadog and Seeking Alpha. Is it a good one? Well, year to date it's up 8.71%. The quant has it as a hold. Did it ever have it as a strong buy? No. So it's been a hold. Why is it a hold? Well, I can tell easily right here. It's the valuation. And when you go and you look at it and you go down to valuation, It's challenging. Price to earnings and price to sales are significantly higher than the sector. But all the other ratings are good. And Wall Street thinks that it's a buy. They have a $140 price target, and that's 10% below. So is it worth taking? Again, the tools are there. If you have your own tools, go and use them. That's it for today. I will talk to you tomorrow. Again, remember these sales end today. The next deal that you're going to get with these types of savings on both Trendspider and Seeking Alpha is Black Friday. So this is your last day. Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. See you, bye. I did the scans, Meat Stick. You just came on late. You don't have your alerts on. You need to have your alerts on. You need to say, "Ooh, Gary's doing his thing. I'm gonna get on YouTube." Turn on those alerts. You were late. I did the scans live this morning, so do. Let me see. Okay, and we'll block that out. We're removing 1 second. There we go. Again, I didn't give you, but by the way, if you didn't notice, there wasn't a lot of actionable trades today. It's a buy the dip market. But, you know, there are opportunities and then there are just traps. And I think a lot of the high flyers are traps right now. That's my take. Yeah. I think, yeah. The plan is, by the way, to drive up to Pennsylvania and do a couple of days of hiking and golfing on the way, get to Pennsylvania, hanging out with the college buddies this next weekend, and then play some golf and do some stuff up there too. So no, you know what? Stop. Block caller. And then, yeah, we're going to report junk. I don't care about fucking runoffs and shit like that. Delete and report junk. Oh, Larry, I'll look up. Let me see. Let me look, Larry. Not now. Referrals. Larry, it says you're a sign up for some reason. That's why I didn't send stuff out to you. It says you're a sign up. I can check with I can check out with Trendspider. It says you haven't completed the thing. But I'll check with them. If you actually did pay, just let me just say yes or no in the thing. It says you're a sign up for some reason. It doesn't say that you're active. So Eli, I can tell you my strategy on trimming is, hey, I want to hold it, and I went through it with Broadcom. I mean, Broadcom, I took you on a year-long odyssey of, I bought here, and then I sold here. So I sold for a little profit, and then it fucking took off. Yeah, just email me the, I don't know. Let me see. Did you email me I haven't checked the email this morning. Where the fuck's my email? There it is. There we go. You're on my thing. When it shows you what you paid, Larry, take a screenshot or just forward me that email. I'll send it out to you, though. I trust you. I usually trust people when they tell me they did something, so. The response on Trendspider was like crazy good. QUBT. Let's look at QUBT because I know Eli with his quantum computing. Shy has a whole take, by the way, on quantum computing. Larry, I'll send it to you after I get this all posted and stuff. It's usually around noontime or so. It takes me a while to put this shit together, believe it or not. But I'll get it to you today. QUBT, do I like this? I like the 4-hour algorithm on QUBT. You can see it makes you 1,719%. So it's pretty good. You're at 20. It got you in at $6. Got you in at $6. Good Lord. So do I think that it's worth it? The issue I have now would be, are we going to double top? And so that would put you at about 27 if you were to double top. But if I just put a horizontal line right at about 22, other than that one candle, you don't get past that. So is a 10% win good enough? Well, I'd probably want to trade this one, Eli, on something smaller. So maybe let's look at the 1-hour stock battle. I mean, over 60 days, 62 days, this wins half the time. And it got you in at 16, got you out. It doesn't have you back in. I would wait for that one and look at that. QUBT at 6? Is it halted or something? No, it's trading at 20. Yeah, Iron, I mean, it's because of Omar, it's because of crypto. I mean, crypto's going to sink. Oh, Eli, QUBT, if you bought at 6, I mean, you know the 4-hour algorithm makes you 53%, 50% win, 10 positions over 62 days. No, this is the 1 hour. Let's go back to the 4 hour because the 4 hour actually wins pretty well. Let's see, this candle today, the low is 19. It opened up at 20. For me, Eli, that 4-hour algorithm is good enough to hold on. But again, I don't think you're going to hold this one for a year. So it wouldn't hurt to take, 20% off to sell it. I mean, again, this dip down here in that 22 kind of scares the bejesus out of me. Its high was 21.88. So, take 20% off as you're selling at $20. I would probably put it, between 20 and 22. If you break 20, I'd just sell all of it. So, yeah, there was a crypto wallet, Omar. Read the newsletter. I went over it. You might have joined a little late. There was a crypto wallet of $8.5 billion that sold off half. So it'll come back, but yeah, I mean, here's the thing. And this is what's funny on QUBT. It had this gap. And so you knew that gap was going to get filled. Now that 17 looks like it turned into support right there. So I think that's probably Nathan's right. I think that's probably a pretty good strategy. But there is no way you are using momentum, and that's the strategy of trading. Even though it's a strong buy in the quant, and it has been since 15, I don't think you use fundamentals on this one whatsoever. They have a $3.27 billion market cap, and they have $400,000 in revenue. That might even be 40,000. I'm just not sure. But it's all speculation. So until it becomes a great company, I just kind of, count your winnings on that one. I like it. Let me see. The market's open. So let's see. What my portfolio is going to be down because Apple's down probably. Roblox is up 1%. Jesus Christ, that thing just doesn't stop. Hey, I'm only down 0.22. So that's a nothing burger. Thanks, Larry. I got your email. Eli, your problem, and by the way, don't take offense when I say your problem. It is patience. I'm getting that sense with understanding where you're at. It's patience. I would tell you on your long-term buys, don't even freaking use the 4 hour. Go to a weekly chart and just use confirmation. Use your 9-day EMA, whichever one you kind of want to use for confirmation. And that's, you can even go to a monthly. Like on Apple, Apple in 2022, we broke down. And I was like, oh my God, should I sell? And here in May of 2022, when it hit 132, I actually trimmed a little bit. I think I was on air during that time. I trimmed a little bit and I said, you know what? I'm going to trim. And then when you got down to 129, I trimmed. So I think when you have patience problems, I think you need to look at the longer term rather than the shorter term. And again, for Apple, you look at this, it hit 260 and we're in that downturn. And I sold at 200. I sold it 260, 240, 220, and 200. And those are the lots that the averages that I sold at, all within this time, because again we broke down. This had a low of 169 back here in April. So I've used this monthly chart on Apple, and I think I got somebody who was asking me, why don't you sell your Apple? I think it's $240 stock. Minimum, I think it's $240 stock. I don't want to sell below that. And honest to God, my money could make me, more money somewhere else. But I'm not in the mindset of optimizing my portfolio day to day or month to month. This is, year to year. So patience. It's about pay. And I went hiking. My buddy VJ was telling me yesterday. So VJ and I met at Earthlink orientation in January 2007. Okay, January 2007. And I told VJ, you should buy Apple. Let's see, January 2007, Apple was at $2.92, split adjusted. And I told VJ, you should buy Apple. I said, I just put, the bonus money that Earthlink gave me, signing bonus, I just put it into Apple. I said, they got the iPhone. I said, I was hoping that when Earthlink hired me, they would give an iPhone. I just talked to IT. They don't allow the iPhone. They have these Palm Pilots because everybody likes the keyboard. And I asked the IT person, how many people ask you to actually allow the iPhone on the Earthlink network? And he's like, I get 10 requests a day. And we only had a couple thousand employees. But he got 10 new requests per day to add an iPhone. 10. And he said it's daily. He goes, it just takes forever. So we've set up a script that we will not authorize an iPhone. And he goes, I still get 10 a day. And, look, 2007, and you bought it at $2. And then in 2008, you had to sit through that entire realm. And yes, I did. And I said, I just don't believe that people are not going to give up. People are going to give up their iPhones. And so I sat through it and didn't make money. That's a full year. November 2008, 2 years. You could get it for, $3 still in May of 2009. So it's patience. I think it's more patience than anything. But that monthly chart has helped me sit through a 40% downturn, and I didn't care. Now, is it optimized? No. But I was making money in other places. Did it outweigh it? No. It turned into a very large position. You get up to, let's see, a 10 bagger by 2014. So 7 years. And it's compounded since. Now, do I think it's going to double from here? Probably not. Over the next 5 years? Probably not. But, okay, I am out of here. Yeah, I honestly, if you need the money, I like, for me to invest in the real estate in April, and I've been, for those of you that may not know, I started investing in short-term lending for real estate, and it's a 15% annual return. So you basically charge 15% to people to actually do short-term lending. The reason they get it is we give it to them the next day. So they're approved like literally in 24 hours. So if they need cash, we can do that. But it's 15%. And it's qualified people. It's people you work with that this particular group has worked with for years. And they're buying houses, and we're in on the plan. And, my name goes on the deed when I give them the money. So, but when I needed that money, I said, in April, I said, okay, I'm going to sell. And I sold a bunch. So, but it was only when I needed the money, and I did sell it like, 200. So, and the market's coming back. It's a buy the dip market. So, yeah, let's see. Let's see how much Tesla's down. Let's see if this Webull account has come back. It has not. Tesla is down 7%. iBit is down 1.1%. Nvidia is down 0.5%. Spotify is down 1.3%. Yeah. Okay, I'm out. See you guys.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.